Hi everyone! I hope you're doing all great. I'm Birgit from Koba.Siani and welcome to my YouTube channel. And welcome to this new video here, which is a very short video for the dress Natalie. This is an original Natalie, by the way, here. The video is also linked here for it. And in this short video here, I'll show you how you can easily play with the proportions of this pattern to get a whole new dress.
For my knit jacket, by the way, I've got also a video here, which is linked here, because it's made of a Rebecca jacket. And here is my winterly Natalie dress.
I know it's not very obvious here, but compare this with the original photos here, before washing the dress.
Here's now the Leo dress in its original state, a little bit longer, a little bit more dramatic, more what I wanted, but hey.
Now it feels a little bit more like a mini dress, but I'm okay with this. The sleeves are a bit short, but okay, I can live with them. I really thought I pre-washed the fabric, but now I'm doubting this. And not pre-washing a viscose fabric is some kind of deadly sin, as you perhaps know, because these fabrics really tend to shrink a lot during the first washing, and yeah, here you see the result. But I'm still very lucky because only some of the length is now missing and the width is still good for me. So as you can perhaps see, the sewing itself is not different at all. So this is no sewing video, it's only a video about cutting the fabric. And of course the measurements I will mention for this winterly autumn dress are related to the original length, which you have seen in the photo, and not to this one, of course. So I hope this video inspires you to play around with the pattern a bit and to change the outcome and create different Natalies for different seasons and different occasions. Have fun watching the video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any other new videos from my side. Let's start!
As you perhaps know, I love to save fabric, so I'm not just putting all pattern pieces on the fabric, unfold and cutting them, but I'm puzzling them into my fabric. At first, along one of the selvages, I'm cutting the upper skirt part, which I'm cutting here 30 centimeters longer than the pattern is. Like this, there is enough space beside these pattern pieces to cut other ones, for example, the top parts. At the lower edge of the upper skirt part, we still need that notch for the joining seam with the lower skirt part, so here I'm measuring to transfer the notch to the fabric. The sleeves I'm also cutting 30 centimeters longer, as I wanted to have a long sleeve here. For that, I'm just lengthening the sleeve seams in a straight line downwards. All other pattern pieces I'm cutting in the normal way, like the pattern says. By the way, I had 3 meters of this viscose Leo fabric with a fabric width of 145 centimeters, and I've cut my dress in size US 6, and I had 35 centimeter rest. So these are now my pattern pieces. Here are my sleeves, lengthened by 30 centimeters. Then here the top parts with the facings. And these are the upper skirt parts, also lengthened by 30 centimeters. And here at the bottom are the lower skirt parts. And everything the same, of course, for the back of the dress. And of course, there are the pocket bags for the side seam pockets.
I think there are also other possibilities to change the proportions or change the outcome of the dress. This is also an example here where I've changed the lower tier just to create a long Natalie.
This third and last chapter is now about another short Natalie option with only one skirt tier, as you can see it here, and instead of a second tier with a short ruffle at the hem.
Additionally to the skirt changes, I've also changed a little bit the position of this dividing seam here, as this dress will be for a person who has a smaller body height than average. So This is also a changement which you could consider if that's also the case for you.
As already mentioned before, I'm lifting a little bit the position of the dividing seam, and this I'm doing by folding the top pattern pieces 1 centimeter along the lower edge. So like this, the seam position is 1 centimeter higher than for the original Natalie pattern. And while I'm cutting the back top pattern piece with only this modification, I'm making a second modification on the front top pattern piece. I'm cutting it with 1 centimeter more along the lower edge of the neckline. This is what I'm doing here at the moment. By adding this centimeter here, the neck drop gets a little bit less deep, which can be a good adaptation for all petite ladies here, or also just taste-wise. For the skirt parts of this dress, I'm using the pattern pieces of the upper tier only, but if you'd like to have more volume in your dress, you could also use the lower tier parts. These upper tiers I'm cutting now 20 centimeter longer. For the hem ruffle, I'm cutting strips along the whole fabric width in a width of 7.5 centimeter, because I want the ready ruffle to be 5 centimeter wide. That means plus 1 centimeter seam allowance at the top and 1.5 centimeter seam allowance at the hem. I'm cutting 2 strips, one for the front and one for the back. For the puff sleeves, I had to choose the smaller sleeve option because, as you can see, the fabric was already almost used up. So this was the only way to go. At the front facing, of course, I also have to do the adaptation of the front pattern piece. I have to add also 1 centimeter along this edge here. The back neckline facing I'm cutting in a normal way. And of course, if there's a possibility, we add pockets to the side seam.
I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube. This helps me a lot as a small creator. Thank you for watching the video and leave us a comment below if you have any other ideas how to play around with my Natalie dress pattern, so that we can spread the inspiration. I hope to see you very soon again to my next video. Take care until then. Bye!